Vitamin. Oh,
Not
thank you.
like the vitamin C. Not all of them disappear or transparent.
Well, but remember, that's the only one that we could see that with. But all our products are made the same. They are non-toxic. We're not going to have any residue in our products because of how they are made. That's why the
Oh,
motto is absolute quality, absolute pricing,
No
because of the
filling.
quality of how it's made. There you go, CJ. There are no fillers. That's the word. There are no fillers in ours.
okay.
So that's
I wasn't.
100% authentic.
mm-hmm.
Clinically
Okay,
extracted
Always,
together.
yeah,
the pills are what they are.
exactly.
Then to figure more or less that residues will be left in our bodies. So
Because
I said,
most of the supplements on the market have a lot of fillers in them. Even especially the powder form, if you're buying collagen or whatever you're buying in powder, that's why I don't buy any powder products, because they have lots and lots of fillers in them. So yeah. So that's just how you explain it to us. We have no fillers in our product.
oh,
And then you go back,
okay.
that's why the motto of the company is absolute quality, absolute pricing, because it's the quality of the product.
Okay, so I go back to her.
You can basically say the same thing you saw with the vitamin C's. It's the same thing across the board with our
Same
product.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. So
What
I told her I
what you
will get
can
back to
also,
her.
Sylvia, what you can also, that's why we read. That's why we come on these calls and we pay attention.
Mhm.
You've heard in the introduction video, which we play from time to time, you've heard the narrative of the GS strategy, global sourcing, global sales. Everything
Mm,
that we introduce into the wellness store, wherever we can get the best of the best. For example, the noni that's in Vietnam. It's meticulously grown, cared for, harvested. They we have not ever we I don't think we've ever spoken about it uh
No,
uh,
no. And I have the presentation. I'm going to do it. I have
yes,
the full presentation.
yes. We the green mussel, the green lip mussel. This is all the way from Australia. This is authentic stuff. Everything that we bring to our audience, it's this is the most meticulously grown, clinically harvested, and prepared 100%. We need to be able to boast about what we have. When we say absolute products and absolute price, Sylvia, we really mean it. And this is why I am so drawn to Atomy, because I believe in authenticity. And so far, uh, Hemahim, not Hemahim, sorry, Atomy has been leading the marketplace. And it is predicted that in the next 16 to 18 months, Atomy is going to take the position of MLM, network marketing, number one, because of the volume that we sell from month to month and the quality that we put out there. Okay, so we can speak with conviction. It's what we have. And yes, Norbert is right. Everything that we bring to the audience is all plant based, nothing fake. All right.
mm, yeah, I fully understand that the products are authentic, but my thing is that the we look at the emergency residue was really left. So that is the part that I was really concerned about, just the residue, not that it's not authentic. Yeah, I don't know
No,
if they.
you said you didn't know how to explain the other products to her. So that's what we're touching on.
It's just the residue, really, because she said the pills are the, yes, the supplements that come in pill form.
Mm-hmm.
What about they must have a residue?
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that I was concerned about.
Yeah, but the thing is, you didn't clarify if she was asking about hours or over the counter. That's
No,
what
she
she was
did
trying.
not. She definitely didn't. But
Yeah.
as I
So
was,
next
okay, go
time,
ahead.
when someone asks you something like that, you want to know if they're addressing our products or what she's buying over the counter.
Okay, well, I can go back to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It can be rectified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go on, please. Remember at some point in time I had told you about those. Am I permitted to continue?
Yeah. Go ahead.
About these two church sisters who had given the toothpaste and the toothbrushes.
Mm-hmm.
I finally get to talk with them. They love the toothpaste and they love the toothbrush. One of the ladies loved the coffee. This was the second set that I've gotten for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she, as a matter of fact, give me order for a third set of coffee. And one of the ladies, she said, both of them really, they are so happy for the toothpaste, the result of the toothpaste. And one of them, I don't know how far I'm going to get with her, but time will tell. The other one is willing to set up a meeting for Friday. So it's left to me to make the arrangement.
Wonderful.
The body lotion,
Mm-hmm.
you remember I said I was about to make an order.
Mm-hmm.
So I did make my order when I have heard so much about this body lotion. Finally, my order arrived. I was so excited. Trust me, I had lotion that I was using. I just put it aside. And after I took my shower,
Oh,
I used, when a
Diana.
little child got a toy, especially for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas,
Yes,
oh my
yes,
God, that
yes.
was me. I was so excited. After I showered, I applied it to my skin, and let me tell you something, man. The texture was such that I kept on rubbing my hands on my legs. It was so self-smooth. The
Yes.
feeling was so self-soothing. It's not funny, trust me. And I I just put the other one aside. I just started using it. It's really something to speak about.
Yes.
And my expectations were really met. And I can really, without beyond the shadow of any doubt, I can make recommendation for it.
Just remember when you have it and you're having someone try, just have them make a fist and put it on
Uh-huh.
the hand, on the back of the hand, and have
Okay.
them rub it in only on one, and then have them rub it in, and then put the other fist next to it and compare. They always see it.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
that's what you do.
But it was really a good week for me so far, But
Mm-hmm.
although I still have some people out there who have not responded, but it's okay.
Just
Uh,
remember the laws of numbers as you keep sharing.
Go for no.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. All right. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome. See the difference with myself and Miss Sylvia. When my lotion came and I used it the first time, I didn't put that other lotion aside. I put it right in the trash. Never looked back. And
Miss, Miss,
wasn't empty. I
Miss,
wasn't saving it. I put it right in the trash. I said, I'm not using this toxic product on my skin
Miss,
anymore. That was it. It went in the
I
trash.
might, I might not use it, Miss Navlet. Remember I told you about the protein powder and the fiber
Yeah.
powder? I
Hmm.
threw them away, so don't feel any
Yeah.
way. I'm going to do the same with this.
But I implore you guys, if you have not tried the body lotion, the one with the pump,
It's
you are missing.
it's good.
You are missing
Excellent.
out.
So
If
now
anyone
we have Jojo with a question.
okay, yeah.
What do we do for the person who is the alcoholic? Want to take that one?
Hemoheme, because you need to detox. And hemoheme is going to do that. And as the detoxification happens and it starts to remove that buildup in the body, the craving for it will be less and less and less. Because listen, when people have a serious addiction and they send them to these rehab centers, what do you think they do? They detox them. They go through a massive detox. But because the detox that they put them through is so strong, they have to be there. Because unfortunately, they only stay a few months there. So they're detoxing them as quickly as possible. And people can die from severe detoxification. So when they go to one of these centers, like what is it, the Betty Ford or whatever, they have doctors there monitoring their heart, their blood pressure, and all that. That's how powerful detoxification is. So that's why I said when you guys share it, you should always be monitoring your people, because for some individuals, even on hemoheme, they have severe detoxification. I've said this before with a customer I had years back. She had vomiting and diarrhea at the same time. And when you have vomiting and diarrhea at the same time, you're dehydrating the body. That's dehydration going on. But I walked her through it and she stuck with it because she had major heart issues. And she said, if I have to continue to live this way, I don't want to live, because she couldn't even really go outside and walk around much because it was so bad. And let me tell you, she stuck with it. It was really, I don't even know how, if I could handle that, but she stuck. Because, you know, we encourage people to do things, but then when it's your turn, do you really do the same? And that's where I said, you have to decide when you are sick that before you start the journey, you have to make the decision that I'm going to endure whatever it is I have to endure to get my restoration. If you don't decide that right away, that's why I ask my people, are you willing to do what it is you need to do to get the results you need to get? And if somebody tells me no, I'm not going to spend time with them. I don't. But if they tell me, yes, I need to get my health back, I'm going to work with that person, but I'm not going to waste my time with someone that tells me no. If it becomes too much, I'm going to quit. They already tell you what they're going to do. And my days of fighting with individuals to regain their health, I put a lot of time and energy in people that truly didn't want it. So I have learned to just work with those that say yes, those that are willing. So ask the question, like I said, CJ and I was talking this morning. So put them on hemoheme, and if they're willing to, you know, stick with it, because that's going to be a journey. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take them a long time to get that alcohol out of their body. So they have to be willing to stick with hemoheme and go through the process, the different levels of detoxification that's going to happen. Along with spirulina, because spirulina also, anything that is green like that is also cleansing the body, and vitamin C and so forth. So, yeah.
Lovely. We won't dwell on it, but this is a topic of interest that we need to go into one of these days. Parasites. The whole issue of parasites affect the things that we like and don't like, taste that we have. So yes, the hemoheme is an absolute must, and the issue of cleansing and detoxing, it's so key, because the parasite invasion in our bodies, we don't know it, but all those parasites in our bodies is affecting our taste buds, what we keep crying out for. And sometimes we're not hungry, sometimes we're not realizing it, but so many issues going on, and we're thinking that we're sick. We're not. It's the work of parasites in the body, something that we're going to talk about real soon.
Yeah. Miss Gabrielle, I post the link for the GoPro on YouTube, and then it's all the book is available on Amazon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so I do not see any hands raised, so I'm going to give you guys time to think about anything you might want to talk about while I play this video. Remember when you come, oh, yes, Miss Gabrielle?
Yes, good morning to all our beautiful family here. Yes, I have some testimonials because I had ordered my projects. I ordered a mohim,
Mm-hmm,
I ordered the toothpaste, the brush, and the body cleanser,
mm-hmm.
and the coffee. And since 3 to 4
Oh,
days,
hold on one moment. You're going to share your testimony now?
oh, should I not?
No, no, no. Because what I do when we're getting testimonies is I stop the recording and start a new one just for that. So you're
Okay,
sharing
sorry.
that.
I
No,
will
no,
wait.
no, no. That's great. We want to have it. I'm gonna stop to record it. And Miss Florence, do you have a testimony as well?
No, I have a question. It's not a
Okay.
testimony.
So I'll let you go after Miss Gabrielle.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Miss Gabrielle, can I take your testimony at the end?
Yes, yes, you
Okay,
can.
okay,
Yes,
great.
all right.
Because if I stop and start, it's not going to be a complete recording. Okay, so I will come back to you, Miss Gabrielle, and anyone else that have a testimony, we will do it at the end today. But from now on, let's do testimonies at the beginning so we can get them before we record the call itself. So go ahead, Miss Florence, and we'll do Miss Gabrielle at the end.
Okay, so my question is, I shared the products with some prospects. So they want to order, they want the website to order. How do I have a link so that they can do it themselves? I don't know.
You can send them your link now. Were you on the call on Tuesday when Nick went over how to do that?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Who's your upline?
It's Florence.
Miss Florence Lindor?
Lido, yeah.
Oh, okay. She's your direct upline?
Yeah, she's the one who introduced me to this one. Okay,
Okay.
I can reach out to her then.
And ask her to show you how to do that.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I have a video. There's another one I wanted to show, but for the life of me, I could not find it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm going to show this one. And every video I share, it's regards, even if it has nothing to do with our product line, it's in regards to our health. So this is something you guys might not have known about, or even it's just, when I saw this video, I was just amazed. So let's go to it. See the topic? Yeah. With arsenic, rice with arsenic. Look at the brands, people. We really have to be paying attention. So let me unmute. Come on. Let's go back to the beginning.
Imported rice in USA contains 3 times more arsenic than the legal limit. Ben's Original. Minute Rice. Mahatma. Lundberg. Great value. Royal. Success Rice. Carolina Rice. Kirkland Signature.
Okay, so hopefully you guys got the different brands there, because that is just scary. And as we said, we're gonna have to be very, very mindful of what we're buying, because I didn't even know that. I was talking to Maria and she's like, oh yeah, you didn't know that? And I'm like, no, I did not. She's not on the call this morning. So that was shocking. I mean, I've heard of other products, like I know they said almost every item that they tested at these dollar stores had arsenic on them. That I knew, but I didn't know about the rice. So there's just so much out there that we don't know. Yes, I will post the link. Let me log back into my YouTube on my Zoom from my phone and post it. But it's unbelievable. And the other video that I had another one that I wanted to share. I just cannot find it for some reason. So anyway, so guys, any other topic? Someone said jasmine rice is not on the list. It did show a different brand of jasmine rice, but there are other rices out there that did not make it onto that list. But
Jasmine rice is okay.
yeah, depending on
Jasmine
the
rice
brand.
is okay. Yeah.
Depending on the brand, because there was a brand they showed that was a jasmine rice, so it depends on the brand. Yeah. So I didn't prepare anything today, guys, because it's supposed to be open call. We're supposed to be talking. There's not a single question, anything anyone wants to comment on?
I have a question
Go
about the rice.
Mm-hmm.
Will it have a different name in the ingredients, or I mean, where is the arsenic coming from?
Well, he's I think he said those are imported rice, right? We have a lot of products. Let's put it this way. I'm very leery of buying any product that comes in from China. Me. If it says from China, I'm not buying it. Because most of the product that comes from China is overloaded with toxicity or has arsenic in them. That's why.
What we want to say is this: anytime you see the word enriched on the
that
label,
too.
that's the warning sign right there. That means it has been bleached to get it white, and then they have added all the fluff stuff. So you just want it must just say rice. That's it.
Okay.
No enriched, no nothing, and then you'll be safe.
That's a great addition there. I forgot about the enriched, but some of those rice do not have the word enriched on them. So it's just look to see if they're from China, and I don't even know what else to tell you guys to look for. All I know is they're figuring these things out from whoever is doing the testing. They're finding arsenic on these products. But some do say enriched, some don't. And as Mr. CJ say, a lot of these white rice are bleached to get them white like that. So that's another thing too. That's me personally. I don't use white rice at all for any reason. But it's just, looking out for the enrich, and hopefully that brand I'll post the video and pray over food. Jojo, you raised your hand. Jojo? Hello? Let me see.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was on a Bluetooth. I thought you hear me. Okay, good morning, everyone. I was the one who asked the question on alcoholic person. So I understand, yes, there is disintoxication needed to be out from the body. But, you know, sometimes you feel like you're not willing to take alcohol. You don't need it. You don't feel that need. That's what I want, something just to make that person doesn't wish to drink alcohol anymore.
And that's where hemohim comes in with the detoxification. As hemohim cleanses the body, it will remove, as it's removing the buildup in the body, that it will remove the buildup of the alcohol in the body as well. So the craving will go away. I had a young lady that I was working with way back when, and she was a smoker. And she was diagnosed with lung cancer. And even then, with the lung cancer, she couldn't stop because she said she started smoking from the age of 14. She really wanted to stop. She tried everything and she couldn't stop. And I started her with the detoxing. And I said to her, if you stick with this process, you will not have the desire to smoke. And in about 3 months, she said, oh my gosh, I don't have the taste for smoking anymore. Actually, she said now it's the most disgusting thing to her. Because once the body is clean, it doesn't have the desire for that anymore. So people that have food craving or whatever, as they start to detox, these things go away because you're cleaning the body up. Think about it. We clean our home. Maria and I was talking about that with the whole detoxification that's not pushed in this country. The only thing we do not clean is our bodies. We clean our home, we clean our car, we clean the swimming pool, the fish tank. I mean, we're cleaning everything. We clean our cars inside and out, the house, the windows, you name it. So why is it that we do not think about cleaning our bodies the same way we clean everything else? Because things are messed up in our bodies. You wanted to say something, Mr. CJ?
Yeah, we could add to that question. We should add milk thistle because the liver needs help.
Yes.
And so to get out all that toxicity and that kind of junk, the liver needs help. So I would highly recommend, alongside the hemohim,
And
the
spirulina. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that, Mr. CJ, because I forgot to talk about the milk thistle. Yes, we definitely need to clean that liver because the liver is the workhorse. Everything that goes in we put all these toxic chemicals on our skin. Our skin is the largest organ, and our poor liver, our kidney, then the liver, has to process out all this toxicity. The reason why these organs fail is they become overloaded. They're so full of toxicity that they can't function anymore because they're loaded with it because we're not cleansing. And if we just drink enough water, guess what? Water flushes these organs. So the reason why people are having liver and kidney function is if you're drinking enough water, that's not going to happen. And this is why I said we need to follow the blueprint of the creator of this body. Water is the main ingredient for our body, and it is the most neglected source that we put in our body. It is more important than the food that we put in. The only thing that's more important to our body is the air that we breathe, because we're going to die in seconds if we don't have oxygen. Water is the most important nutrients that goes in our bodies, and it is the most neglected. If you don't have enough water, your heart doesn't function, your brain doesn't function properly, your liver, your kidney, you don't breathe properly. That's where we start having asthma. Because if you don't have liquid in the lungs, how are you going to breathe properly? There has to be fluid in there for the person. If it's dry, you can't breathe properly. So I've had a lot of cases with asthma from my water business. Once they start hydrating, it goes away completely. So we neglect water, and then we have all these adverse chain reaction that happen, the heart attack and all those things. That's why they tell you most heart attack and stroke happens first thing in the morning, because your body is using up the little water that's in there during the night to try to do its repair and all that. And you wake up chronically dehydrated and your body goes into shock, and there goes the heart attack and the stroke. That's why they say keep a glass of water by your bed at night. It might just save your life. But if you're drinking enough water during the day, there's enough water in your body to do the work during the night. You're not going to wake up and have a massive heart attack or a stroke, because you still have enough water in your body. So if we're drinking enough water, the liver and the kidney will be able to flush itself properly. And then imagine we're putting in the healthy hemoheme and the milk thistle and the spirulina and the vitamin C and all that other supplement that's going in. But we got to step our water up, because it is the most neglected resource for the body. And people are literally dying from dehydration, because all your organs will shut down when they become dehydrated. So, yeah, so definitely increase the water intake along with the hemoheme and the milk thistle and the spirulina for that person with the alcohol.
Thank you very much, I do
You're
appreciate.
welcome.
And you said about spirulina for
Yes.
cleanser.
Yes.
Can you tell me the aspect for spirulina? Because myself, I'm taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have been talking the good thing about it, but I cannot explain someone else. I take it because of this and this.
Okay, so let's go to, oops, let me come out of here before Nick gets to me on this. Let me go back. I thought I had it open up. Oh, here goes the shopping mall. Let me bring it up and then I'll come back and open. So let's go to our spirulina, because it tells you right there on the website the benefits of spirulina. And that's why I always say use the website. They do a pretty good job. So let's go. This is our spirulina. Let's show you why. Now, it doesn't talk about detoxification, but anything that is green is cleansing the body, purifying the blood. That's why it is said the trees are for the healing of the nation. All that green that people don't like, oh, I don't like green smoothie, I don't like green, you know, that's all about cleansing the body. But these are the benefits of spirulina. So as we know, it says right here, introduce spirulina as a food to distribute to a malnourished country. NASA successfully used it as a dietary supplement for astronauts on space mission, and it sustained their body. So when we're saying, oh, you have to eat meat to get all the protein or you're gonna get sick, it's a lie that is pushed by the meat industry. You don't need meat. I know many of healthy vegetarians, no health challenges at all, no meat in their body. You don't need meat to get your protein. Spirulina is an excellent source of protein with a high concentration of 60 to 70% protein. It is also loaded with nutrients. So let's go down and show you. Here they're talking about where it's grown. It's another thing I like about our company. They disclose everything. So spirulina is thriving 40 degrees Celsius temperature of a pH of 9 to 11.5, which is my world. I understood that perfectly when I saw it. Healthy, clean water. And it goes here. The cellular walls spirulina are made. So it helps you. It contains 60 different types of essential nutrients, including protein, carbohydrates, lipid, dietary fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And it shows it right here. So this is what you're getting from spirulina, packed full. It is like the #1 superfood now. That's why they give it to the astronauts when they go out to space, to make sure that they're not deficient in any nutrients while they are gone. So this is why we should take it. And especially if you are a vegetarian or you know individuals that's vegetarian, they need to have it, because some people, once they become vegetarians, they tend to lose a lot of weight. They don't know how to maintain their weight. So you can introduce them to spirulina. It's going to help them in that regard. Because new vegetarians, they're still learning what to do. And if you also notice, a lot of the athletes, the serious athletes, most serious athletes are vegetarians. They're not touching that meat, because at that time when they're still actively in that world, they are very meticulous about what goes into their bodies. So we have an excellent product here that we can use for ourselves and for others. That's really going to boost your system. And as we get older as well, if you notice, you see a lot of elderly, they're losing a lot of weight. Because I have a friend, she's like, oh, I keep losing the weight. Lack of protein as well. Because as we get older, we also need more of this in our bodies. So many different reasons why we can use it. It says nutrients for the brain as well, loaded with full spectrum nutrients and antioxidant to benefit the body and brain. I see you, Miss Valerie and Igor. So this is a brain superfood. When I was pregnant, this lady said to me, what are you feeding the baby? And I went down the list and she goes, okay, what's the brain food you're giving the baby? And I'm like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm doing sea moss and I'm doing a lot of juicing with carrots. And she's like, okay, you're good. Baby's getting brain food, because the sea moss, as we call Irish moss, is also good for the brain. And as we see here, spirulina is good for it as well. So, yeah. Okay, Miss Valerie, and then Igor.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Novelet, I just sent you to your WhatsApp a website that maybe you can share with the team regarding bleached food from this company that I sort of kind of, not a company, but the website that I've been sort of kind of allowing it to guide me regarding these foods that we're talking about, you know, the flours that are bleached, rice, sugar, etc. So just check your WhatsApp. Maybe you can share it with the team so that they can look it up for themselves and read and continue to just grow and maybe change some of the stuff that they have in their kitchens.
Yeah,
In their
I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm logging back into my Zoom on my phone so I can post it.
Yeah, it's a lot of information, but everybody has to just sort of kind of really look into it and do what they need to do. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Mr. Igor?
Yes, I wanted to add to the spirulina and also take out heavy metal in your bag.
Oh,
But
yes, I forgot. Thank you for that.
The other thing, guys, there's a ton of videos. It may not be exactly our product, but if it's a spirulina, go watch some other person talking about spirulina. There's a lot of doctors talking about all the brains that we have. Go listen to some video on YouTube. That's how you're gonna learn about your product too if you don't have the time to read. You see a product, somebody asks you a question about it, go on YouTube, tap the product, and there's gonna be video. Listen to it, send them the video. The video may not be Atomy, but it's the same product and probably a little bit more info that they're gonna get from it. We have to do our part. Yes, coming on the call is great, but when we're not on the call, we have to do our diligence to go to read about the product on our website. Go watch some video. Yes, we may not have all the time in the world. That's why they say if you cannot talk, send a video to somebody. So that part we have to do it. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Igor. That's what I do. I just go to YouTube and I Google in whatever, and I find great videos and I save them. So that later on, if I need to share something with someone, I say, hey, here's some information on the benefits of it, and I send it off. So just like you said, it doesn't have to be about Atomy spirulina. If it's a good product, good information, I share it. Because a lot of times when you hear people talking about the benefits of, at the end, they're always going to be talking about their products. But it's the information that's in the video that you want. And that's how you learn and grow. And you save the videos. Now, I just post the link that Miss Valerie talked about, but if anyone wants to click on it and go check out the information, because everything is about learning. We perish because of lack of knowledge. And I'm telling you, that's why so many people are being taken out now, because it is lack of knowledge. You don't know what you don't know. And people are just going willy-nilly and buying things and they're not paying attention. And there's something else I wanted to say, and it slipped my mind. Ooh, in regards to spirulina. But yeah, Mr. Igor, with the heavy metal, that's good as well. There's something else I wanted to say in regards to spirulina. Ooh, it slipped my mind. Oh well, it'll come back. I hope it was something good. I just can't remember what it was. So
Miss
yeah,
Novelet, a bit of advice
yeah.
until you remember. I would just advise us that we use up the dishwashing liquid as much as possible. Pray over our food and detox. That's a bit of advice.
Yeah, yes, that's true. Pray, pray, pray. Gosh, I can't remember what I was going to say about the spirulina. Anyway, so this is something that we all should be taking, really. The spirulina and that milk thistle. If you have not done a liver cleanse with milk thistle, I would recommend that you do, because whether you know it or not, our system, our liver is being overloaded with toxicity. If you're using over-the-counter laundry detergent, body wash, body lotion, all these products that we're putting on our skin and what we're breathing in, if you have those air fresheners in your home and all that, do a liver detox. I try to do mine at least twice a year, because most of the times your doctor will never, by the time they diagnose you with liver disease, most people are on their way out. Someone referred me to a gentleman, and I went to the house. The wife ordered hemoheme right away. Hemoheme came. He died the following week. It was too far gone. He couldn't even swallow the hemoheme when she was trying to squeeze it in his mouth. And he was dead the following week. And this man was going about her business. When I spoke to her, he was going about his business perfectly healthy. And then all of a sudden, just like that, in 3 months, he was gone. Now, they claim that there are no signs of liver disease, but there is. So I would suggest everyone Google the symptoms of liver disease and just know what it is, because they're not major signs that doctors pick up on when you go in and do your physical. And unfortunately, if individuals are relying on their physical to tell them that they're in good health, they're in big trouble, because doctors do not do acidity test on you. They do basic. They do the knees, your earring, your eyes, and all. They're not doing major physical like they used to do back in the days. And if you're not getting an acidity test done to see what level of acidity your body is in, there's no way they can give you a clean bill of health. How many times do we have heard people say, oh, Tom just dropped dead from a heart attack, but he just got a clean bill of health 3 months ago? Well, that means that clean bill of health was not true, because Tom was overloaded with acid to the point where his heart couldn't handle it. So there goes Tom. Or a lot of times we see these men with these huge bellies, and I don't understand why doctors are not talking to them about it, because it is known that if your stomach is that big, you're a walking heart attack waiting to happen any day now. And doctors give those individuals clean bill of health as well. Years back when I was still in corporate America, I met this young lady, and she was engaged. They were getting like 3 months before the wedding. He dropped dead of a heart attack. So I said to her, when she was telling me the story, I said, wow, really? She said everything was fine. He was perfectly healthy. Doctor gave him a clean bill of health. And I said, did he have a stomach? She said, oh, yeah. I said, was it a really big? She said, yeah. I said, that's it right there. She said, what do you mean? So I explained the whole process. Guys, when the stomach is that big, all that fat is taking up all the space where your organ is supposed to be. So now your organs are now crushed up under your rib cage up against your heart. The poor heart doesn't have much space to pump now. It's limited space to pump. So now your heart has to work harder to pump with the little space that's there, and it's being overworked. So if your heart is beating faster than it's supposed to be, maybe 2-3 times faster than it's supposed to, you're going to wear that heart out in no time. That's one of the silent death is acid reflux and that stomach. And doctors are not talking about it. People with acid reflux, they give them that purple pill. They're not telling them it's one of the silent killers. They're not telling individuals with that stomach that that's one of the silent killers. And I don't understand why the medical world is not doing that, because I've met so many people that's taking that purple pill. And then when I tell them, they're like, what? Then I go pull up some article that show them that it's called a silent killer, or I pull up Dr. Oz article video that talks about it. Dr. Oz did an excellent video on acid reflux, a silent killer. And these things are not talked about. And people go, oh, I'm great, I'm taking my purple pill. And they think they're okay. Most of these prescription drugs are just a Band-Aid on whatever your health challenges are. And it's going to cause an adverse reaction to your health later because they don't heal. So what we do here at Atomy is we address the root cause of the problem. We have milk thistle for your liver, and then we have our wonderful hemoheme that is going to go to the root cause of whatever your health challenges are. And I will say whatever, because once our body is no longer alkaline and you move over to the acidic side, that's when all these chronic and degenerative diseases start taking place in your body. Now, hemoheme is going to go in. I'm coming, Miss Valerie, I see you. Hemoheme is going to go into your body and it's going to start cleaning that body. It's going to start moving out all of that corruption of overloaded toxicity in the body. It's going to help even people that has blockages. We've had testimonies with that. People that have spot on their liver, fatty liver, hemoheme along with the milk thistle, we've had wonderful testimonies. So this product is about going to the root cause of the problem. If you want to kill a tree, you kill the root, the tree's dead. And also, if you want to have a good, healthy plant, you address the root. It's the same thing with the body. You have to address the root cause. So this is why I say whatever your health challenges are, start your individual and hemoheme. You don't need to say, oh, I need to get on a call and ask someone, this one person has this type of cancer, or they have arthritis, or they have diabetes, or fibromyalgia, or whatever. Autoimmune disease, whatever. Put them on hemoheme. Hemoheme is going to address the root cause of the problem, along with our vitamin C. And I always say do probiotics, because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So you got to get that taken care of as well. Anyway, go ahead, Miss Valerie.
Thank you. Just a quick question regarding milk thistle. I have a young lady, unfortunately, 25 years old, who's on dialysis as we speak. So what exactly or what specifically can I add to her regimen to get her help with the kidney issue? I have, of course, she has a hemoheme, and I have hemoheme, vitamin C, omega, and I have the milk thistle. So is it something else that I can maybe get for the kidney?
Well, there's always noni if they can afford it, because that's also great.
Okay, so
How
noni.
much of how much of the hemoheme are they taking?
Well, Novelet is a long story, but I just delivered the hemoheme to them yesterday. So I suggested that she take 2 a day. I mean, I'm sorry, not 2 a day. 2 in the morning, listen, she's 25. 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night. I'm like, just go ballistic on that hemoheme.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
I had a young lady, she was a friend of my daughter about probably 7, 8 years ago. She was on dialysis too, and she was also waiting for a transplant. So she was in bad shape. And I spoke to the mom about hemoheme, and she said, well, let me speak to her doctor first. And I said, oh, well, that's not going to happen. Surprisingly, the doctor did his research on hemoheme and told her, yes, go ahead. I want to see what it's going to do for her. Because she was in such a bad shape, and she, you're waiting on the list for a transplant. You don't know when it's going to happen. So she started taking it, and lo and behold, she was doing her whole dialysis and everything. Lo and behold, the mom is like, she's starting to urinate a little. And it was doing wonders for her health. And then all of a sudden, this young lady decided she didn't want to do anything anymore, because she got to the point where almost every month she was ending up in the hospital. That's how bad her case was. And she was just giving up on life. But she had started to go to the bathroom, trickle of urine started to come, and the mom was so excited, and the doctor was on board with it. But then as she started urinate more and more, but she was still going in the hospital. And she gave up. So thankfully, for her sake, she was able to get a transplant when she got to that stage of giving up. Because that was from she was a baby, she was having that problem. But it was helping her. She started urinating. So the person just have to be consistent in taking it. And Mr. Bernard also had a testimony of someone that came off dialysis. I believe so. I'm going to see if I can get that video from him.
So should milk thistle be in the regimen or not? Milk thistle, should we add that to a regimen?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's milk thistle and noni that you're thinking she should be on ASAP.
Yeah, because noni is great too. We don't talk about it much, but noni is very powerful.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Even for those with diabetes, if you see the noni list of what it can do for the body. Go ahead, Miss Sharon.
Hi, I just wanted to put a caution in there for the noni and people on dialysis.
Okay, go
when
ahead.
your kidneys are not functioning and you're on dialysis, you have to watch your
liquid.
I'm sorry?
You're talking about the liquid?
No.
Oh.
No. Potassium.
Oh, okay.
Noni is very high in potassium. And when your kidneys aren't working, your kidneys does not get rid of potassium in the body. So they have to be careful with the potassium and noni. Another thing too, and I can say this because I am on dialysis. And I have talked to my doctor about these things. Another thing is because I specifically asked about vitamin C. And as a dialysis patient, you're only supposed to have 100 milligrams or whatever the thing is of vitamin C a day. So I only use a little bit of, when I do it, I get the 500, the color C, and I only, get a little bit of it. But anyways, I just wanted to put that in. Be careful with the noni when you don't have kidneys.
Okay.
Thank you
The
so
noni-
much. Are you using how many hemohims are you taking a day?
I am not taking the hemohim because I am on immunosuppressants. So that's the only reason I don't take that.
Oh, you already had a transplant?
I had a transplant before. I had
Okay.
it for over 17 years.
Okay.
And I lost it
Oh.
last year. And so I'm back on dialysis, but they still have me on immunosuppressants because I'm waiting for a transplant.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you
So
so
because
much for sharing.
yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing. We're praying for you, Miss Sharon. Thank you.
because she's
Thank
on a
you.
transplant, that's why she's not taking hemohim. No, it's up to the individual, because I know individuals that's taken hemohim that has had transplant.
Mm-hmm.
I also know individuals that's taken the 500 vitamin C. I also know people that's drinking Kangen water that's on dialysis. And with drinking the alkaline water, they're getting better and better. Those are people that decide that they're going to get the water in. So everything is up to the individual, because they're normally told not to have liquid. Well, guess what? From my customers that decided on their own that they're going to get water in because that's how their body's going to heal, that's been drinking the alkaline water, they are recovering as the water goes into their body. So it's up to the individual what they choose to do. But for her, I understand with the hemoheme because she already had a transplant. But I know individuals that have had their transplant that's taking hemoheme. Because as the body heals, we need to give it things to repair. When you get a transplant, that's healing that's taking place. So those individuals decide to take their hemoheme to assist with the healing and to help them to keep that new organ that they're getting. So, it's the conversation is open to that. I'm not saying on here to the individuals. So.
Noble,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, as we get ready to close, I got a little thing to say about, as it relates to all these things that we ingest. We're talking about the milk now and the spirulina. But let's talk about the teas that we're drinking.
Oh, yeah.
So I've come to discover, and this is something that I've been suspicious about for a long time. The Liptons, and I name that because that's one of the culprits. These teas that come to us from Ceylon and from India and from China. We got to be very careful. I bought some tea bags, as I usually do from time to time. But although I pick my leaves and wash my leaves and steep them, I decided out of curiosity to tear open one of these tea bags, and lo and behold, weevils.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Inside it?
In the tea bag.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of us are unsuspectingly purchasing these tea bags, and because we can't see what's happening in these individual tea bags, we assume that they're all good and healthy and wholesome. My suggestion, Albert, is that we all try to keep a little pharmacy. Your backyard garden. And when you need to brew your cup of mint or whatever it is, that you just pick your leaf, bright, early, mid-morning, early afternoon, when the sun starts to speak, we recommend that you do that, and then you pick it and you dry your leaves, because a lot of these teas that we are drinking, they're contaminated. They're not good. And some of us don't drink the coffee, so we say I'm a tea drinker, but any which way, a lot of these teas that we're drinking, they're not good. Food for
Yeah.
thought.
We're gonna go to Miss Gabrielle in a minute, but that's a good topic, Mr. CJ. Not just the tea, because I've seen videos online with the little juices, the little containers of juice that we're giving to our kids. Parents are now opening them up and they're finding mold inside of those little packages. You know, whether what's the Sun, Capri Sun, and all the others. They're cutting them open and they're loaded with mold on the inside. Now for tea, if you don't have your own garden, if I buy tea, I buy the loose tea, the dried leaves, and then they give you that little mesh bag that you can put it in. You can scoop it out, put it in the little mesh bag and put it in your, your pot and make your tea. And then you dump it out of the bag and you wash your bag out and you have it for your next use. That's how you can get your tea. It's going to cost you a lot more, but at least you know you're getting the real deal. You can go to the health food store and get the dried leaves. Or, we go to this Chinese store, grocery store by us. They have a lot of different types. And Mr. CJ, I showed you my nice little coffee pot that I have, my little teapot that I have. I can just pull out the centerpiece, put my leaves in there and make my tea and I'm good to go. But I also have a lot of stuff growing outside as well. But yeah, I don't buy the tea bags because a lot of them Lipton, they're loaded with fillers as well. So yeah, but I never even thought of opening up any of those things, CJ. Wow, we will. So that's that. So we're gonna end it here. We're gonna let me stop the recording and then go back to